Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how we can mark the ledge with the material that will be sitting on top of other materials. And for that we'll be using something called decals, and you can think of decals similar to graffiti, where you can just paint them on top of other meshes. So we do a few examples in the fab. So if you go to fab, and here on the side you have a new category called decals. So just open it up and there is plenty of them that you can download and use. And they're quite simple. All you have to do is download them and then just use the material instance. For ledge, I have found something that looks pretty decent. So if you search for debris here, just one of these will actually look quite nice. So I just want to have a little bit of, white paint or something on that actual ledge. So I'll download this one, add it to project. And then once you have it done, if it doesn't open, it will be in fab and megascans and decals. And then this material instance you can just drag out, and as you can see, it is painted on top of my other static meshes that I have. Then you can also resize it, change the size as you want. One problem will be if you want to have it on two different surfaces that are joined like this. Obviously this side will be stretched out. I don't think there is any easy way to fix it correctly, but what we want to do is basically rotate this 90 degrees and just have it on the wall like this to tell us where the ledge will be located. So you can just resize this thing, make it way smaller, drag it up, and then here it will be stretching a little bit, but what you can do again is just resize it so it's not actually reaching the top. It's way smaller like this, and then just have it directly on there on the top. And I can change the color of this so we can see it better. So instead of this one, I'll just change it to something like this. And then we can go to ledge, and this static mesh that we had there just for default, so we can tell where it is. We can do hidden in game. So hidden in game. Did I have it checked? Probably. Oh yeah, okay. So now you can't see it, and now you just can see this ledge. You can also position it a little bit better because it's a bit down. You can select it with this sheet of paper if you're having trouble clicking on it, and then this will just be a ledge. And if you don't want to stretch past this point, also size it this way. And that way we will have a nice mark where the ledge is located. And there is a few settings that we can actually change on this. So first one, if you open this material instance and drag it out, I'll dock it here so you can see it. And here we do have base color factor. So if you want to actually match it to where you're going to place the ledge, you can change this to, like wood color or stone color or anything you like. So that will be coloring. But then here in the opacity factor, I can uncheck the color, and here in the opacity we can change how opaque it is. And if you change it to something like 0.2, it will actually blend in the texture and it will get a little bit of color from that. You can't see it much from this one because this is just plain black color, but if you place it on some asset, it will actually look better if you have opacity of 0.5 or maybe 0.7. So it's not as visible. All right, and now you can also create custom one. So for that, I have actually created one in Photoshop, and I just did a brush transparent texture. It's very simple, but if you want to download it, it will be on the Patreon. But as I said, it's very simple. I just forgot where I put it in the materials. So it's like this ledge mark, it's transparent, and it's just like a brush around it. And what you need to do when you import it is here you will search for RGB, and as RGB you need to uncheck so you can use it in the decal. And then to make a custom one, we'll right click, material, and this will be ledge decal underscore M. And inside you will select this, change material domain to deferred decal, blend mode to translucent, and then you can just drag out your texture. This one will go to opacity, not to main color. And for color, we need to actually create base color, so just hold 3 on the keyboard and click. That will create you a constant of the color, and then you can plug it to base color and change it to maybe white. And this is default, it's very simple, and you will just create this one, decal. That will be the custom one from the Photoshop you can get. And then obviously this is too big, but I had something like this in mind, and having like a stretchy one, and then on top you wouldn't be able to see it. So like that. So that was the kind of mark I had idea of. There is one thing that you can see now, my player is getting painted as well because he's standing over it. You can go to your player settings and just search for decal. I think it's on all of the skeletal meshes, even on the player itself. So receive decals, but I think it will still do it unless you uncheck it on every mesh. I'm not sure if you need to do capsule components. I just unchecked it everywhere, so you won't be receiving any decals anywhere. Mesh, legs, these are all skeletal meshes that need to be done. Hands, face, and also on all of these, I think you can just select, yeah, all of them and receive decal. And now your player won't get painted when you climb over it. And if you wanted to control opacity on this one, on the custom one as well, or the color, you can go back to your material, and here, this one you can right click, convert to parameter, this will be color. And this one, for opacity, we need to do multiply. And then you can hold S on the keyboard and click. That will give you another parameter. This one will be opacity. And default value will be 1. And then you can do also the slider here. So slider minimum 0 and slider max is 1. And we'll plug it to B. This one will go to A. And final will go to opacity. Now if I right click on this, create material instance, this will be, I'll just do MI, so ledge decal MI, and then let me test it out actually on this statue, maybe on something different. So if I drag it out here, ledge decal MI, and resize it, it needs to be rotated 90 degrees, so it paints on this side. And then make it small like that. And on this asset you can see it's not stretching out as much because it's got round corners, so it actually will look a little bit better. And then you can just open this MI. Again, I'll dock it here so you can see it. And now we do have opacity and color that we set up. So opacity 0.5. 0.2 maybe, and you can see it's blending into the statue. And then color you can change to whatever you like as well. You can do something like just wood, just plain mark or anything. Right, so this is how we create decals, and now we can just actually add it to our ledge directly, so we don't have to place it each time with the ledge. So you just need to position it correctly here. Here, if you add component and search for decal, that is the name of it, add it to your static mesh, and then I'm going to resize it. I think default position. Let's see. Select this decal, do the MI decal ledge decal, and yeah, I want to be painting on this side. This one can be stretched, but then I'm going to make it smaller like that, so there is only a little bit on top. And then also, it's hard to tell now because you do have, this material is very short. We can also resize this. Probably not, because then everything changes with the mesh. So just position it, also make it smaller, only like that, and that should be fine. And down like that. Compile and save. And now I can remove whatever decals I have put in here, and my default ledge will have this. Maybe I want to move it up, so up here, and then stretch it a little bit. You can even stretch it further than this point. There we go. We do have a mark on the ledge now that you can climb. Alright. And I'm not sure if I changed in the previous video this angle. Where am I? In the ledge is in front. If you're not grabbing ledge enough, you feel like it's too low. I think I set it to 30 in the previous one. I changed mine to 50, so it's easier to grab the ledge from every angle. And then last thing we can do is just, instead of this pickup, we can do maybe grab ledge, or you can just completely turn it off and go to your ledge, and then interact prompt. You would do hidden in game as well, because I don't think we really necessarily have to change it. If you want, you can create new interact type, which will be climb or grab. Right, and that is it for the ledges. So hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.